Well, welcome back, everyone. Episode 2. So this one is going to be about where I am now and starting the journey, the things that led to the position where I'm in now, and why I'm starting, where I want to end up, and how you might relate to that as well. So I am 31 years old. Like I said in the previous video, I weigh currently 138 kilos. My max weight was, who knows, I don't really know, because I maxed out the scales.
Whee!
Hey, the lowest I've been as an adult, I think, was 106 kilos. That was when
Really?
I was yeah. I
I
must
would
have
have thought
been
less than that.
No, that was the lowest I've been.
Show some pictures, yeah.
And that was when I was like 21, 22, something like that. It didn't last long. And I've been lower than I am now. I've been down to about 116, 110 during different attempts. But they never lasted because as soon as I was done dieting, and some of the diets were quite restrictive on shakes and stuff like that.
What diet did you do to get to where you were in the picture we showed? So you're 106 kilos.
I think that was it was called Lipotrim. I don't know if it's still around, but it's basically you have shakes, 3 meals a day. You could substitute one of the shakes or maybe 2 of them for actual food, but your whole calorie goal for the day is about 800 calories or less, if I remember correctly. It might have been even as low as 600.
So basically, it was a ketosis diet that Evan did. It was quite successful, to be fair to it, but obviously, can you tell us why? I don't know this either. So you were, let's say 22 years old at 106 kilos?
Something like that, yeah.
When did you go up to over 130?
I think
I'm being very specific. When did your appearance change to being morbidly obese again, basically?
After the diet, probably didn't take more than 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh damn. Okay, I didn't know that. I can't remember it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think?
I remember that my weight at 106 didn't last long at all.
I was going to say, what do you think led you to going up to the higher weight? But I think we're going to go down a different hole because we're talking about maintaining your weight, which is potentially like a different episode. So I don't want to get into that currently. I think a good question is your current weight and what led you to be where you're at now to make you say, right, okay, I'm gonna take action.
Well, it's a number of things. One of the biggest ones is how you feel every day, and sometimes you forget you feel like your body is your body, and that's how life is supposed to feel. But having lost weight before, I know that you're not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be out of breath when you're leaning down to tie your shoelaces.
Yeah.
There's an amazing skit that Kevin Chang does. Where he says he has to take a deep breath before he ties his shoelaces.
Oh man!
And that's true. That's hilarious. But it's actually true. That's what it feels like when I was at my heaviest. Things like sweating when you're not doing anything, just general discomfort. There's a bunch of reasons that affect you, and sometimes you don't even realize them. One of the really big ones is not being able to enjoy anywhere that has seats, really. Like flying, for example, it's a pain because the seats feel tiny. The other thing that is crazy with flying is I feel like I have no leg room when I'm a normal height, and that's because my ass is massive and it's pushing me further forward into the seat. It's the truth. That's what happens.
Man, do you know what? It's funny because before I lost weight, when we were both fat, We always thought it was just the way we were, isn't it? Oh, mate, we're just too tall. We can't fit anywhere.
Yeah, we're massive, man.
A massive.
We're so tall.
Yeah, me and LeBron James throwing hoops. That's how tall we are. But no, it's basically because your ass is that big. It's bloody pushing you forward, and your knees are banging everywhere.
Absolutely.
And the worst thing is, I remember my thighs were absolutely gigantic. So you can't even spread your legs out and just relax a bit. Have a bit of a breathing room down there. So it's double.
You got to do the splits to be able to spread your legs out when you're that fat. It's crazy, but that's the truth. So that's
one thing.
Because the thing is, you hear people saying, "Oh, it's crammed in a plane." Oh, I feel crammed, so that's normal. That's how I'm supposed to feel. You're not supposed to feel like that. It's not supposed to be like that. Another big thing that is happening recently, one of the massive reasons why I want to do it this time, is the fact that I need to have a medical certificate for my job.
What do you do?
Trainee air traffic controller. So we have to have medical certificates for the job, and if for whatever reason you lose the medical certificate, you're not allowed to do the job anymore.
So it's getting to the point where it's it could be getting in the way of your career. So that's
absolutely, yeah, and that's the scary thing because actually it's not as scary as when it gets in the way of your life. Like that should be scarier when you can't go out and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy because you're too fat. Myself and my partner, we like to hike, and we like camping and things like that. And anytime I look at, for example, recently, like looking at hammocks, I have to check what the maximum weight they take is, because I don't want to go and sit on a hammock and it collapses. Yeah. It literally happens. It happens everywhere.
There's so many things, man. I remember back when I think I first got my driving license. So a few years back now, 7, 8 years. We wanted to go and do like a driving experience. Remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Or a year after I had my driving license, and we actually couldn't do it because we were both too heavy to be insured in the cars.
I remember I bought it for you as a gift.
I wasn't that. Was I? I must have been that heavy then. Yeah. The racing that was different, but we wanted to do it just a track day.
Right.
And we were actually too heavy to go on one. So there's various things basically. There's a lot of things that
like trying to find clothes, going into any kind of high street shop, trying to find clothes. I can possibly find tops that fit me, but there's no way I can find any trousers that fit me. Like there's zero chance. It has to be ordered online. Even like with M&S and things like places like that do bigger sizes, I can only find my size online.
Would you say it was a cohort of these things that you're describing that made you make the decision and say, right, okay, I'm gonna lose weight, or was there one outstanding thing?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't know what has triggered me this time. Triggered,
mate.
I'm not sure what happened this time to bring me here. I think I definitely feel the pressure from having to do medicals. So that's an added pressure. But I'm just tired of it. Honestly, Mike, I'm just tired of it. Like I'm tired.
Why weren't you tired 10 years ago?
I think I was. Why
did you have to reach the age of 31 to take action? Because there's a lot of people like you out there, and there's a lot of people younger than you who are currently overweight, and they could use it as an excuse of, oh look, that guy is 31 and now he's doing it. I don't have to take action now, basically. Do you know what I mean? So what was it now that made you say, yeah, I need to do it, and you didn't get that same sense of urgency 5-10 years ago?
It's a really good question. The thing is, I've done it before, and it worked, and I can't remember. So the first time is because I wanted to be a pilot. So I remember that's when I reached 106 kilos. Again, the main reason for that was because I needed a medical certificate. The other times I can't really remember, and I don't think there's been any other time where it has been as successful. The maximum I probably would have dieted, like in terms of time before, would have been about 5 weeks maximum. Whereas that time where I reached my lowest weight, it was possibly 12 weeks, maybe more. So for me, the difficult thing is knowing how long it's going to take to lose the weight.
So that's the important bit. Do you think is the fact that because you don't have 10, 15 kilos to lose and you've got 50, 60 kilos to lose,
Yeah.
more or less, 50 kilos, let's say 40, 50 kilos, is that enough reason you think, oh, bloody hell, it's going to take ages, fuck it, I'll do it at a later date? Do you think it was postponing it because you knew the task ahead was very, very long?
Yeah, I think that was definitely part of it.
So
Because
what's the
you
difference
know-
now? Because it's still the same amount of time.
The difference now is that I'm realizing that if I keep continuing the way I was, I'll never reach it again.
And how can you help someone that is currently in the postponing phase of their weight loss or weight journey, whatever you want to call it? How do you get someone that is postponing it to take action?
It's so difficult, but just look at how many things you're missing out on. Look at how many things are actually stopping you, that you can't do, and you can't enjoy life because of how heavy you are. For me, honestly, I think one of the key things now that I'm thinking about it more was seeing you do it, and to me, obviously, we're related by blood. So if you can do it, I can do it too. So there shouldn't be anything preventing me from being able to reach that weight. Before, there was always that kind of not concern, but there was always that doubt in my head.
We're fat. We're prone to be fat, but we can't change it.
Yeah, we're prone to being fat. We're big boned or big frame or whatever you want to call it. I'm never gonna look slim, and I need why try?
We said whilst we were munching down on 2 large Domino's pizzas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's.
But having seen you get to that point where you look slim, I'm like, well, okay, this is doable, and you're getting stronger as well from the things you're doing, which is another thing that I always wanted to do.
Pre-COVID, let's put it out there.
Pre-COVID, yeah, it's a bit of a tough situation now.
Awkward. Yeah, so that's exactly what I want to do with some of you guys that are out there and looking for inspiration, or obviously you want to lose weight, which is why you clicked on this video. Either that or you know us. So if you're the former, you're motivated to lose weight. It is obviously doable. We were both morbidly obese for a very, very long period of time. It wasn't just a case where we were fat for a year or two because we couldn't stop eating. We were, especially you, more so than me, even as a young child, you were a lot heavier than most people.
Yeah. I wasn't morbidly obese as a child.
No,
but I was definitely overweight.
Yeah, I wasn't as much obviously then in my later years. If you see the first video, I've put on more weight. But anyway, that's not the thing. So it obviously is possible. The only missing piece, and I truly believe that, is the fact that you're not aware of what needs to be done. You're not aware of the science or the nutritional side of things to action what you want to do. And that is hopefully, if I can speak properly as well. It's really hard to hear what I'm saying with these on, man. I tell you.
Is it bothering you?
It's bothering me, yeah. No, that's the one. So what I want Evan and myself to do is, through the conversations, get you to understand what is required. If I'm not able to explain something from my point of view, hopefully Evan will be able to explain it from his current stage. And just basically develop the conversations in that way. Obviously, there's no excuse on Evan's part in terms of not being able to lose weight. He's got someone that's done it, closely related. I've got I can share the knowledge with him of how to do things, and that's the thing. It's me being able to hold him accountable. Basically, I think you would agree that's a big help. And the same with our parents, because they've lost a lot of weight as well.
They have.
And that was because I was on their case all the time, and they will tell you the same thing if we ever get them on this. But it's basically having someone that can hold you accountable will really, really help this process. And you don't have to have it, because a lot of people don't need it. Myself, I didn't have anyone holding me accountable. I just really, really wanted to lose weight, so that alone is enough of a motivator. But there is a large proportion of people that need to be held accountable, and me to make sure they deliver on what they set out to do. And I guess that is probably the main thing that we're both here to do, is help people feel that accountability, really, through the things that we say.
And perhaps give them an insight on how we think and potential pitfalls that you could end up in, just because of the way you're thinking, the psychological side of things. As well as the physical side of things would be like what you're eating and how you're planning and all that.
Exactly, yeah. So it's definitely doable. You're definitely not alone, and this is not the first time someone is in that position, and it's not rare to lose 50, 60 kilos either. If you really want it, it's possible. There's nothing biologically stopping you from achieving that. Yeah, hopefully through the videos and hopefully through the discussions, you'll be able to achieve what you're after. I think that's pretty much it. I think we should wrap up here and move on to the next video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, catch you in the next one.